said the presentation is being recorded or something, I think.
Yeah. Somehow the YouTube is not, it hasn't started yet on YouTube. Okay, we got it.
Cool. Are we ready?
Okay, yeah, I think we're ready. So Irene, the mic is yours.
Thanks, Adi. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending the talk today. I hope that you will find it interesting. We're going to talk about one of the most fun bits of cybersecurity, and that is capture the flag events. Adi already introduced me, but I'll just remind you my name. So my name is Irene, and I'm a lecturer, and I have been organizing lots of CTFs for my students recently. So I hope to share my experience, and I hope to get you excited to also try them yourself if you haven't. But before we start, I would like to know more about my audience and yourselves. So if you could go on menti.com and use the code above, I have a couple of questions for you. And the first one is, do you know what a CTF event is? So please go ahead and vote. That will help me understand your level and what I need to highlight more and what I need to highlight less. So let's see. We have 55% participants on the call, so I would like to see at least a few more votes. Great. Okay, interesting results so far. Half of you have voted. Can we get a few more people? I'll give it 5 more seconds for this question. Okay, so the majority of you know, or at least have heard the term CTF event, which is good because I won't have to go into too much detail about it. The next question is, have you ever participated in a CTF? That is interesting.
Okay, quite a lot of people actually have participated in a CTF.
I want to see some more votes though.
Yeah.
So please guys, get involved.
Okay, we've got about 58 students here.
Yeah. We have experienced people.
Yeah. So I know some of them have participated in the CTF.
Okay.
I'm quite surprised actually.
Has your university have a team on Hack the Box for the worldwide uni CTFs yet?
I think we participated in the last Hack the Box. We sent a team. Yeah, we sent a team in the previous competitions. It was last year, I think.
Ah, cool. Okay, so quite a lot of you have participated. That's really nice to see. So the next question is, if you haven't played a CTF yet, but you are here today, Obviously, there is a reason behind that. Can I know the reason? Because it is very important. Excellent. So I hope that after this presentation today, the CTFs won't sound too difficult and that you will know where to start. So no excuse for you to not participate or start participating in events like that in the future. I'll give it 10 more seconds. Okay, so why am I doing this talk? As a student, as Hadi mentioned, we have participated in lots of different CTFs around the UK, where we've won sometimes, or we had the chance to get interviewed by the BBC and stuff. But the point is, during these events, we learned so much. I found myself learning so much in just a day than I had throughout the whole year, because you are challenged to research different approaches for different challenges. So just by doing that, you're learning lots of different tools, approaches, methods. You get to speak to your friends, you get to discuss things. So I truly believe that this experience can help you understand what you want to do with your career, can help you understand what modules you want to pursue. For instance, at the top right, we won the first OSINT competition that had happened in Wales. And since that event, I realized that I really enjoy OSINT. And until that day, I had no idea about it. So it can be life-changing. And as an example, when I ran the last CTF with my students at Cardiff Uni a couple of months ago, I had students from the maths department that were asking me or telling me, Irene, I enjoyed the CTF so much that I actually want to pursue a career in cybersecurity. So it was really important. And so let's start. Capture the flag. Most of you know already what it is, but obviously I will reiterate, it is a cybersecurity competition, which is very, very fun. And it comes in two flavors, usually. Jeopardy style, which is the most popular one, where you have lots of different categories, like forensics, we will see which ones they are, and you have puzzles within them. You have to solve them, and by solving them, you get awarded points. And then you have the less popular one style, is the attack and defense, when you have usually a team that's trying to attack another team, infrastructure, and vice versa, and you try to defend. And by capturing or compromising the machines, you get points for that. So these are among the most popular categories. If I have forgotten someone, please let me know. But these are the most popular categories that we find in Jeopardy style CTFs. And these are forensics and steganography, web security, cryptography, OSINT, binary exploitation, reverse engineering, and full PON. The last three are among the hardest ones, in my opinion, to do. But forensics and stego are really fun. OSINT is really fun. Cryptography can be fun, and web is also can be beginner friendly. So the goal, as I mentioned, depending on the challenge that you have, is usually you're given a file with something, and then you're required to manipulate it or investigate it in some sort in order to find or retrieve that piece of information, which is usually a string. It's a fixed string, and it looks something like capital letters CTF and then curly bracket, the flag, closing curly bracket. And that is the code or the secret message that you need to retrieve. And that's all. Once you submit it, if it is correct, you get allocated points. So if you have played CTF before, and I know that many of you have, which of this category of challenges is your favorite? And if you haven't played yet, which one sounds like it will be your favorite if you start playing? Can you let me know, please? No one likes forensics and stego. Interesting.
I do like forensics. That's my strongest point.
I know. I love it too. We have one person who really enjoys reverse engineering, 2 people. Okay, super interesting. And cryptography. Do you do a lot of math in your department, Adi, like crypto and math?
Yeah. I teach a course about cryptography.
Ah, nice.
But
Okay.
it is really challenging. I think my students can vouch for that.
Do you remember that challenge that we had in Cambridge with the Enigma machine?
Oh yeah.
That was interesting. Okay, reverse engineering. I didn't expect this category to win over forensics, I have to be honest with you guys. Only 3 would enjoy OSINT challenges, and the majority are web and crypto.
Possibly because it's the most familiar thing with us. We have lots of web applications, and well, students probably like to experiment with their own systems.
Fair enough. So the mini CTF that we have before is all about forensics, Stego, and OSINT. So forgive me for the rest of you that you don't enjoy it. But no one likes binary exploitation. I totally relate with you. Great stuff. Thank you for voting. I'll give it 10 more seconds. Okay. So because most of you, I don't know if you have done that, but an example of a steganography challenge, for example, what would it look like? Well, steganography is the art of hiding information in plain sight in something that looks legit, normal, and you would never suspect. So for instance, a challenge may be that you're given a picture, and by manipulating the colors of the picture, a secret message may be revealed. And there are lots of different tools that you can use to do that, like Photoshop, EXIF tool to see the metadata, Beanwalk, and all these things. So that's a very simple example. And you can do exactly the same with audio files. You can use tools like Audacity that allow you to inspect the wave of the sound. And by, again, playing around and messing with the frequency, and by changing some parameters, you can reveal a secret message within it. And an example of OSINT, because it doesn't seem to be as a popular category yet in traditional CTFs, it's all about being a detective. So finding information based on clues. So for instance, you may get a picture that doesn't have any metadata, and you are required to find the location of that landscape. And once again, lots of free tools exist online, EXIF tools, Google Photos and Maps, obviously Beanwalk, etc. So why you should get involved? Because they're fun, because you will learn so much, as I mentioned, because you can play with your friends and win trips or money. Actually, we're running an event now in the university, for example, and we have a £500 prize money. And of course, because you will get to meet other people in the industry. If you play the Hack the Box CTF, for example, they pick the best players and they introduce them to industrial partners like Siemens and stuff. So it's really good for your career. Now, if you don't know where to start, I put together a beginner CTF guide for my own students with lots of resources. So you can find it in that link. Feel free to download it. I hope that it will guide you through the free platforms and resources that you can use. So the first thing is, where do we find CTF events? ctftime.org is the place to go. Here you can find all the events that are coming up, the format, and the location. You can see which ones are online, which ones are in your area, other stuff. Prize money usually is also here, and so on. So go on there and have a look and see which one you fancy participating on. And once you have your event and you have decided that you want to participate in 2 months, let's say in one, you have to prepare. And the first thing is you need to get yourself a VM with Kali Linux. Now, it doesn't have to be Kali. It can be anything you want. However, it is convenient because it comes with pre-installed tools and therefore you won't have to spend time installing them one by one. So it's very convenient. And the second thing you need to do is to learn the basics of Linux and handling it. So use of command line. You need to understand the structure, the directories, some commands to manipulate files in command line. So nano, touch, remove files. You need some commands that will allow you to retrieve information about the user you're on. So who am I, what is the OS they are running, and so on. You will need to understand how to change permissions to files, and how to run executables, and of course, how to install tools if you need to install additional ones. So as I said, we live in an era where information is available to you for free, and if not for free, for a very small cost. So on the left, if you want to learn more about Linux, is a really great book that I always promote to my own students, Linux Basics for Hackers. However, if you don't like reading, because we don't all learn with the same methods, YouTube is also a great resource. Network Check is a fantastic channel. He puts a series of topics, like for instance, Linux for Hackers episode 1. That's a great series that he has for Linux, and teaches you lots of other stuff about cybersecurity. So go and check the channel out. You will learn a lot. So the second thing is you need to find previous CTFs to practice. If you have a maths exam coming up, you don't just wait to go to the exam and do the exercise. You practice with previous tests, previous exams and exercises. And that works in a similar way. You need to understand the mindset and how to approach the challenges. Pick a CTF 2018 is one of the best ones to start with. And that's because it has a range of challenges, very easy to hard. And yeah, it gives you the opportunity to start from the very basics or up until really, really challenging ones. And if you get stuck, it's not a problem. You just don't give up. You go and find a walkthrough about that specific challenge, and you can see how it's being solved. Next time you're presented with one, you will know how to approach it. You can also get free online courses. Again, I mentioned Network Check, but IPSEC, Hackersploit, and John Hammond are also great. And they also talk about solving CTF challenges. So you will learn, and they have different way of thinking things, because for instance, myself and Adi, if we are presented with the same task, we will not approach it the same way. So finding different people to see how they solve the same challenge can be beneficial for you to learn different methodologies. You can also have paid courses. Hackersploit Academy is great for the basic stuff. Really, really good sources. I've tried them myself. And of course, Udemy. And I know that Udemy prices seem crazy here, but if you create an account, I think you can get these courses for like £10 or $10, whatever it is. So it is worth checking these platforms out. And of course, we have also some cybersecurity training platforms that prepare you for CTFs, like TryHackMe. And coming to that, how many of you have used TryHackMe before or have heard of it? It's really good to see that people are aware of it. It's a really great platform. It has lots of different paths constructed learning, for example, offensive security, defense, and walks you through the content step by step. And it's also practical. It allows you to launch VMs on the browser. You can access a lot of the material for free. But if you're a student and you want access to more stuff, I think now is something like $8 per month, which is more than enough time if you like to explore a specific subject. Okay, 8 of you don't know what it is. I'll just go back a slide just to show you what it looks like. So CTF, a simple CTF on TryHackMe looks like that. So it presents you with, you can start a machine. You can see this green button. That's a VM somewhere on their cloud. You start it up, you log in. It's all in your browser, so you don't even have to worry about configuring your own VM. And you have to run some basic commands, for instance, to see how many services are running under which port and so on. So if you put the answer there and it is correct, you can progress to the next challenge. If you are stuck, there is a help button, a blue help button at the very top, and it presents you with walkthroughs from players with resources of how to do that specific challenge and so on. So it's a guided way of learning. I think it's fantastic, and we just got it for the university as well. So give it a try, it's for free. Another platform that I absolutely love is Hack the Box, but it may not be so much for newbies. are you familiar with it? And have you heard before about Hack the Box? Okay, interesting result. Okay, so Hack the Box, as the name may betray, is about hacking boxes, so VMs. They were originally known for building vulnerable machines, putting them on the cloud and allowing people to compromise them fully by using techniques like privilege escalation and obviously finding gaining access of the user account. So it looks like that. You can create an account for free and you can access some content for free. And it, as I said, it comes with CTF challenges for Jeopardy style CTFs. They are quite hard, but they are mostly known for their machines like the VMs, where you have to follow a proper pen testing methodology to compromise them. And the advantage of using this platform is you learn the proper pen testing methods. You can prepare for exams like OSCP, and they also have links with industry, as I mentioned, so you can apply directly for jobs according to your Hack the Box ranking. So if this is something you're interested in, or if you're about to pursue a career in cyber, make sure you sign up to this platform and have a look on what they're offering. And it looks very, very cool. It looks like futuristic design. You can see players from all over the world, the rankings and the machines they have compromised. And here you can see the difficulty. Just something to note, Hack the Box difficulty, if they say that something is medium, it's probably hard. And if they say that something is hard, it's probably really, really hard. But that's how they are. The platform is challenging, but it is extremely well built and really good, and will help you understand more about cybersecurity. So the way that I approach this, I find retired machines. So what they do is they build a machine, they put it on the cloud, and usually people are not allowed to write write-ups until this machine is retired, because they care about people figuring it out by themselves. They care about first blood, so who compromised it, and so on. So once this machine is retired in the retired machine pool, I think they become available under the free subscription. So then you will have write-ups to follow. And by starting with the easy ones and reading the write-ups and going on YouTube and following IPSEC to explain how he thought about compromising the machine, that's how you learn it. And as I mentioned, with this style, with the Hack the Box, you have two flags. For the first one, you have to get on the system as a user, any user, and then you have to perform privilege escalation, which is the hardest part to basically get admin rights on that machine and reveal the flag. And as I mentioned before, your uni should have already a team on Hack the Box. So join that team, and they do events every year. So you can join their university worldwide CTF, which is quite challenging, but really, really fun. So as I mentioned, this is your basic method of how to get started. You can't just sit and expect to be able to solve things. You have to sit down with the machine in front of you with a walkthrough, someone to show you the steps. If you do 3 machines, the 4th, I promise you, it will be so much easier. And again, resources, Pentest Monkey will help you with cheat sheets for commands and whatever else you need to do. YouTube is super important. I cannot stress this enough. Blogs on Medium for CTF write-ups. And yeah, I think this is all, but not just IPSEC. So IPSEC is amazing. If you watch any of his videos, he's really, really good. But I personally, for example, find his thought process a bit complicated, because sometimes I don't understand why he chose to do something. So I have another person, John Hammond, for example, that explains it a bit better. And by combining these 2 resources, you get the best out of both. So as I said, the sky's the limit. You have lots of platforms. You have lots of free CTFs for you to practice. You don't need to spend money on it. Mr. Robot CTF over-the-wire platform, hack this site. You have lots of resources from OWASP as well to read. And of course, you have the document that I mentioned at the beginning. I believe Adi will share my slides with you after this presentation. So go and explore it. And I literally say where to start if you have never done that before, a list of tools for each challenge category and so on. So now you have somewhere to start with. And if you prefer reading, this is a really, really great book, the Hacker Playbook 2. I always recommend it as well to my students. And something that is not very well known, Humble Bundle usually and very frequently promotes a bunch of cybersecurity books for almost nothing. So these books, if you were to buy them, they might cost you like $20 each. But occasionally there will be an offer from this website that says pay $1 at least to unlock all of these books. So you can have them in your iPad or on your machine and you can read it. It's amazing. I believe you can sign up for the newsletter and you will get emails with offers on cybersecurity books. So there is no magic recipe that I can give you on how to play CTFs or how to deal with the challenges. It takes a lot of time and patience and will to do it, but it is not impossible. And just to recap, you have resources available. When I was like a few years ago, when I wanted to start, I couldn't find any resources because it was a brand new thing. And I didn't even know what a CTF was. So now, yeah, please use it to your advantage and get involved. You will learn so much and you will not regret it. So, as I mentioned at the beginning, we have prepared a mini CTF for you today to try it. It mostly consists of OSINT challenges and forensics and Stego, I believe, if I remember. I will start the game now as an admin. So you
Hang on, Irene.
Yep.
Sorry. Maybe we just do a question and answer first, and then we can start the game.
I will start the game anyway, just so that I don't have to do it. And yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so everyone, thank you, Irene, for the great presentation. There are lots of things that I didn't even know about, like the book that you suggested. Yeah, so everyone, as Irene said, we have prepared the CTF platform for you to try. We've got, I think, 12 challenges that you can finish in an hour. You don't have to finish them all, but if you want, you're welcome to try. I've also prepared some breakout rooms. So if you want to join the breakout rooms with your team members, and please do so. And then if you're confused, we will visit the the breakout rooms, and then we can discuss what you're confused about. But if you want to stay in the main room and you don't mind sharing your progress with the other players, with the other members, you can stay in the main rooms. Okay, is there any questions maybe for the presentations?
I can't see the chat, Adi. So if you have access to the chat, I don't know if there's any questions there.
Okay, we haven't got any question in the chat. Anyone, maybe? Well, okay, if there's, maybe they're a bit shy. Okay, so we have 10 challenges about OSINT, and it's not really popular challenges in CTF. Maybe you can explain a bit more what makes it so fun with OSINT, because I like OSINT too.
The really good part about it is that it doesn't have complex technical, it doesn't require you to have complex technical knowledge. So it's just Googling things and trying to linking things together. So by having just Google in front of you, you can figure out the answers. And that's what I enjoy the most, because I don't have to know anything about the complex stuff of other challenges, like binary exploitation, for example. So it's a very beginner-friendly thing. It is also, OSINT can be also scary as well, because if you can imagine that you can find someone's location by them posting a picture, then GPS coordinate, like exactly where they have been, that is a little bit scary. So it also raises awareness, people.
Yeah, and if I may add, I think there's one, I remember there's one thing that we were reminded during our OSINT competition, because we were dealing with a real police cases, and we may have to deal with some actual missing persons. So it is really recommended to not interact with the victim or any other person related to the victim. So if you have to check their Facebook, or if you have to check their I don't know, other social medias, we really need to pay attention not to use our real account. So we created our fake account. I remember that.
You have the burner accounts. So on that note, Adi, on this PDF that I shared, put on the presentation for beginner's guide, I have put on the Trace Labs. It is the same company that organized the Mini People CTFs, and you can participate online with them. So how this event works, basically this company collaborates with the police, and they are trying to find information, like crowdsourcing, for people that are actually missing. So you have to be a detective or a stalker, if you like, to go on their Facebook and then see where they have been on what day, and if they have other social media profile, if they have interacted with some weird person, if someone has been writing comments and so on. So it is very, very, very fun. So all of that is on that document if you want to download it whenever and have a look.
Cool. That'd be really helpful. Yeah, okay. Is there any more question probably from the students? I checked the scoreboard. Nobody has solved the problem. Obviously, we've got some more teams coming up.
I have one last slide that I was planning to show them after the CTF, which is feedback and questions. So maybe if they are shy, they can just type it there at the end of it, and I can answer any questions they might have.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Well, if you don't have any more questions, and if you want to get into the breakout rooms with your team members, you can do that. Or if you want to stay here and maybe ask us about some hints, clues, or maybe just some tips, yeah, we can give you. Okay, I'm just gonna stop the recording for now.
Adi, can you log in with your player account to just make sure that the challenges are visible? Or send them to me on WhatsApp so that I can check.
I think I need to register mine first.
Oh yes, because I deleted you.
Yep.